Good morning, boys and girls. Excuse me. Today we are going to be learning about why do leaves change color? And then after you read this story with me, you are going to make a leaf person out of leaves that you can find anywhere. You can go to a park, you can look in your backyard, anywhere you'd like to go for a walk. All right, let's get started. It says, look at the leaves. It's autumn and leaves are turning red and yellow, gold and brown. And we will see that happening a lot very soon. Each type of tree has its own kind of leaves. The colors of autumn leaves differ from tree to tree. Some oak leaves may be brown or yellow, while maple leaves may turn bright red. So depending on the type of tree that it is, its leaves change different colors based on the type of tree. Leaves come in different sizes and shapes as well as colors. Some leaves are wide and others narrow. Some have points while others may be rounded. How many different kinds can you find? And then if you take a look, this is a sugar maple. So if you see a leaf with it goes from yellow to orange to bright red on the tips, that's a sugar maple. A red maple starts out orange and then goes out to yellow. This is a tulip leaf. It kind of looks like the flower, a tulip. Then we have a white oak tree that gives you the nice big brown flowers. A black birch tree gives you tiny yellow flowers. A silver maple is going to give you like a greenish yellow color. A sassafras tree has the 3 leaves and it's like a golden yellow color. Then we have a gray birch, a red oak, and a Norway maple. So see if you can find any of those today while you're making your leaf person. Just a few weeks ago, all the leaves were green. Back in the spring, the tiny new leaves uncurled from their buds. The green color in the leaves helps them to absorb or hold sunlight. Chlorophyll, so this is like a picture of the inside of a leaf. So if you were to take the inside of a leaf and put it under a microscope, this is what you might see. So these right here, all these little tiny guys are called chlorophyll. And chlorophyll gives the leaves their green coloring because chlorophyll has a green color. Now, chlorophyll is a natural coloring called a pigment. So this is the inside of a leaf. This is the vein of the leaf where you see the stem that we hold on to. There's air holes and air spaces so that the leaves can absorb what they need from the air to give to the tree. Leaves are very important to the tree. They make a kind of sugar that is the tree's food. Leaves need sunlight, water, and air to make this food. The leaves work to feed the tree all summer long. The sugar is used by all parts of the tree, the leaves, the branches, the trunk, and roots. The food or sugar helps the tree to grow. Extra sugar is stored in the leaves. So without the leaves, the tree wouldn't be able to survive because the leaves help make its food. In the fall, many things are changing. In many places, there is a change in the weather, which we will realize very soon. Even right now, the nights are starting to get cooler and the days aren't getting as hot. There are changes in light and temperature. So you'll see a change in temperature, cooler nights, cooler days. And then you'll also see a change in light. So the sun, it starts getting darker earlier in the fall. Inside the leaves, there will be changes too. All of these changes bring about the beautiful colors of fall. In the fall, there are fewer hours of sunlight each day, and the change in light tells the tree to get ready for winter. Winter is a time of rest for the tree. When winter comes, the tree will have to survive with less water and sunlight. The tree begins to get ready for its winter rest. It needs very little food now, and the leaves stop their work. The life of the leaves is almost at an end. The tree no longer needs them. So during winter time, that's why all of the leaves fall off, because the tree is kind of going into a hibernation mode and it's not going to grow during the winter. So the leaves can fall off because it doesn't really need them. When the leaves die, they will fall from the tree, and this will happen slowly over a number of weeks. As the leaves begin to separate from the tree, they get less water. Without water, the leaves cannot make new chlorophyll, and the old chlorophyll begins to fade, and then the green color starts to disappear. So there's your science fact. The reason that the leaves change color is because the chlorophyll is disappearing from the leaves, and that takes away the green color. Now, other colors can be seen in the leaves. Other pigments have been in the leaves all along, but they were hidden by the dark green of the chlorophyll. Once the green color fades, the yellow and orange pigments can be seen. These pigments give color to the leaves of birches, poplars, and elms. Some foods like bananas and carrots get their natural yellow and orange coloring from the same pigments. They also give color to some flowers. Maybe you can think of some. So can you think of some flowers that have orange and yellow in them? Autumn leaves have other colors as well. The yellows and oranges have been in the leaves all along. Other pigments are made as the leaves begin to die. These new pigments are made from the extra sugar stored in the leaves. Sunlight causes the stored sugar to change to pigment. The new pigments make some leaves turn red, rust, or purple. The more sugar there is, the brighter the colors will be. Bright days and cool nights seem to bring out the best fall colors. Maple leaves get their red color from these new pigments. Many flowers and some foods, like beets and radishes, get their color from these red pigments. The brilliant red of sumac leaves shows up only in the fall when these pigments form. So you can see those are some of my favorite, the really bright red, those deep bright red colors are so pretty in the fall. Some trees, like oaks, make tannin in the fall. Tannin is not a pigment, but it does color the leaves. Some oak leaves turn a rich brown color in autumn. See if you can find one. You may still be able to see some green coloring too. So here's a red oak, and this is actually a white oak, which you would think a red oak would give a red leaf, but it actually turns a nice deep brown, like a chocolate brown. The changing color of autumn leaves is caused by changes in weather and light. This is why the colors are not the same every year. The best leaf colors usually come with lots of bright sunshine and crisp, clear nights. So if we have lots of sunny days and then cold nights, that's when your really bright colors come out. But our weather changes from year to year. So some years we might have really, really bright colored leaves and other years not so much, depending on how much sunshine we get in the fall. Too much rain might make the colors dull. So if we get lots of rain this fall, we might not have very bright colored leaves. And an early frost may kill the leaves too soon. So if it gets too cold too soon, then the leaves might not have time to change color. They might just drop and fall. Evergreen trees like pines and spruces keep their leaves all year. But in cool climates, other trees must lose their leaves to survive in the winter. So a pine tree is just like a Christmas tree, and they have their needles all year round. After the leaves have changed color, they are ready to separate from the tree. When they are just barely hanging on, a little bit of wind or rain will make them fall to the ground. In just a short time, the tree will begin to look bare. Piles of dead leaves collect under the tree. Some will blow away, others will be raked up. The leaves that are left will begin to rot. Over time, they will become part of soil. Rotting leaves enrich the soil with minerals the tree needs to stay healthy. When the last of the leaves have fallen, the tree is ready for winter. During the cold weather, the tree will be dormant or resting. New leaf buds have already formed. Next spring, they will open and begin to make food for the tree. But now in fall, it's time to enjoy the colors of the leaves. Beautiful autumn foliage cannot be seen everywhere. Only some places, like the New England states, have displays of many colors. So here in Pennsylvania, boys and girls, this is very normal to us, right? We see the leaves change color every year after year. But there are people that live down south, that live farther south where it's warmer, like Florida and Texas and Louisiana. And there's areas down south that are warmer that they don't see their leaves change color because it doesn't get cold enough. And they pretty much have warm weather all year round. So we are very fortunate and we should be thankful that we get to see the beautiful colors because not everybody gets to see that. It says this is because the weather conditions there are usually just right and there are so many different kinds of trees. Fall is a time to have fun with leaves. It's a time to take in the sights and sounds of the leaves. It's a time for jumping into great piles of leaves and then sometimes a time for raking them up. Fall is a time to get ready for winter. The trees are ready. Are you? And I know my girls love. So here are some ideas that you can do besides your leaf person. You can make a leaf rubbing and you can get leaves and collect them, and then you can get a piece of paper and some crayons and rub it onto the paper. Put the paper over top of the leaf and color over top on the paper, and then you'll get the outlines and you'll get to see the vein of your leaves appear on the paper. And another fun thing you can do is press them. So it says to put an old cloth or an ironing board, put an old cloth or towel on an ironing board, and you arrange your leaves in a pretty however you want to, and then have a grown-up help you because the iron's hot. And then you use waxed paper to press them and seal them, and you can put them in a picture frame, or you can just seal them into the wax paper and put them on your fridge just for something pretty to look at. So I hope you enjoyed that story, and you can go ahead to your seesaw activity now, which is making your leaf person. There is a picture of what the leaf person can look like, but I want you to be creative. You do not have to make it look like the picture that I showed you. If you want to make a leaf animal, you can do a leaf animal. If you want to make a leaf girl or a leaf boy, I want you to be creative. You can make a leaf house. We just want you to get creative, use some science and art together, and have a wonderful day. Bye, boys and girls.